Y'all. Oh my God, y'all not gonna believe this. Are y'all ready? Why in the
we are about to make a sweet potato pie, but not just any sweet potato pie, honey. Oh no, oh no. We're about to make a purple sweet potato pie.
Wow.
First thing we're going to do is get these purple sweet potatoes in the ding, 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 ding. You know they're going in the Instapot. Oh, yes.
all right, y'all. Here is our setup for our purple sweet potato pie with a special crust. This crust is going to consist of flour, and there's a little sugar in our flour. Of course, a pinch of salt. We're actually going to have pecans incorporated into our crust. I need to break these down a bit more. I just took these out of the package I use for my pecan candy. And then we also have nutmeg, we have ginger, and we have cinnamon. Over here is sugar. This is our ice water. We have condensed milk. We have butter. We have eggs. So all we're missing, oh, and I'm sorry, this is my creme brulee. And this is what I'll be using in the place of vanilla flavoring. If you know, you know. Here's our butter, y'all. So I actually cut this butter up into cubes and then I put it in the freezer so it can remain cold. This is 5 ounces of cubed frozen butter. That's the thing about when it's frozen, you can't do it with your hands. You have to have some form of a tool. And even though this is a mechanical churn style, I'm gonna just try this and pray that it works because I don't have a food processor. I like to do things with my hands, so I don't have a food processor. I do have a grinder that I sometimes use for my nuts, but it is basically small like a coffee bean grinder. I'm going to go in with this flour. Go in with the sugar. And then go in with the butter. I was going to not put all of it in there at once initially, but I guess I may as well. We're going to think positively. So put this on top. Lock it. And this, oh, hey, 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 hey. Turn this on. And that's the thing, you don't want your butter too small. You still want it in chunks because when it cooks in your crust, the chunks of butter, look at that, y'all. Beautiful. Yeah, suction cups at the bottom. I gotta keep working this out, showing it in. But the chunks are what make those air pockets when the dough is baking. It makes it, which gives you your light, crispier, fluffier, flakier crackers. So I'm just kind of working it back and forward. Baby, let me find out my little manual process I got it going on. That's all I use this for. It's not good for veggies because the veggies just spin and spin as they produce more water. But look at that, y'all. I'm gonna give it one more swirl. Okay. So we got that. I need to be able to, I wonder, can I just go ahead and churn my pecans right here? I really want to. Kisha don't screw up. Okay, I won't. I will not try my luck. I'm gonna actually pour this out, put it back in the freezer for a few seconds. It's gonna take me to turn this third cup of pecans. I did one simple thing. I already got flour here. Just put these in here. So what I'm gonna do, y'all, is put these in a plastic bag really quickly. Let me show them to you so you can see the size. But I want them finer so it will not disrupt my process of rolling out my dough. I'm not gonna use this end because it's actually pointed. course, you can also use a knife. You know, y'all, I was just saying, no wonder why, like, our elders will use a fork to cut the butter into the flour, whereas I was just using that manual churn style to do that. And then the recipes will say pulse, you know, put the cold butter in with the flour and pulse it, because it's the intent is for you to use a food processor, but I don't own a food processor. But I was just thinking about, you know, and I watched my grandmother cook, and my mom didn't use very many appliances either. But I have my handy dandy flour, y'all. We're about to flour the counter. It's about to go down. I have my finely chopped pecans. And if this dough doesn't turn out right, I'm gonna beat it. I'm going to beat it, honey. And this is, I don't have a pie pan because I know about the little aluminum ones, but I want to do it anyway, so we're going to do it in here. I have a trick for how we can easily get the pie out once we get ready to slice it, so no worries there. This probably won't get to do like a decorative edge because there's no lip on the pan, just these two handles. But let's dust the counter, honey. Oh, yes. So here we are with the stainless steel bowl. I know there's flour there, but this is clean stainless steel. And then this is our bit of ice water. I actually had ice cubes in it. Now, y'all, I hope you can see the texture, but it's supposed to be kind of like sand. I'm just breaking the butter down just a little bit more. Ideally, I wouldn't have to do this because, of course, my body temperature is warming the butter up. But hey, as long as this thing comes out good, I will continue to modify later on for the perfect crust, honey. But that's crumb number one. I try to use frozen butter, but the only drawback is that you will need something to help you cut that frozen butter into the flour. We're gonna put start like a teaspoon of water, and I did for it to turn like sand, and we just want it, even though it's gonna turn the texture of sand, it has to be able to bind enough to make a ball for us to then roll out. A little water goes a long way, so you just gotta keep working it. And now you see the driest parts of that flour kind of clumping up. And that's what you want it to do. I'm trying to handle it gently, but you kind of in a rush, but then you need to be gentle. So you don't overwork the flour, create too much gluten. So you just gotta be mindful. See how things are balling up. And that's all we want to have. We want to be able to make one big ball. And then remember, this is gonna be even more. But see how it goes together? This is gonna be even more of a challenge to work with because we gotta put those nuts in there. So I'm gonna add some more water. We're gonna need it to stay together. I almost want to roll it down and just press nuts down in it. What y'all think about this? Yeah, the more I put water in it, the more it comes together. I hate to put these nuts in here, but might as well go all in. Here we go, y'all. One thing about it, when I get ready to make a cheesecake, and I want this kind of crust out low and not be afraid. Because remember, it has the little bit of sugar. I'm going to add just a little more water, y'all. 1 second, just a little more water. Okay, I'm making sure I show y'all every step. I want to get a little more ice water. And the goal is to hurry and get this back in the freeze. Yeah, baby. Yeah, come on, pudding, honey. Let mama work. Let mama work. There we go, y'all. Now it's all coming together. And that's what you want to see it do. Just kind of come together on its own. That's what it's supposed to do. You saw with your own eyes.
Yes!
Make the ball. So now this a ball. Look how we still have those chunks of butter. Y'all see that chunk of butter right there? Now we still have those chunks of butter. Ooh, wait, baby. Oh, yes. Now I'm going to actually get plastic and wrap this up and put it in the refrigerator while we make the pie mix. Y'all, here's our plastic wrap. Just trying not to touch it since I didn't touch it that entire time. Put it up on the side. And we're gonna let it rest. That's all she wrote. Are you ready? Say you ready. Are you ready? Say you ready. Y'all, this is our ball of dough. It looks just like when I make my cheese balls, and it's about the same size. That's weird. But yeah, we're about to roll this out. I don't know if I should split it in half. This seems like an awful lot to make one pie shell. I don't know, but maybe it needs to be thick because it's got that sweet potato thing in it. Let's see. Let's turn down. Okay, here we are, y'all. We have our pan right here, and we have our ball of dough. So it's sticky too. I really want to cut it, but if I cut it, God, I read a trick, a hack, I forgot what it is just that quick, and I just read it the other day. Something you do so that this is already prepared in terms of being dish shaped. But I forgot what it was, y'all know. You put your flour on your, even though that's why mine is made out of this non-stick material, but it still sticks. To make sure I don't overwork the dough, I'm gonna go it's a lot of butter in there, y'all. I can see it. And I think this dough is just intended to be thick. It does have specific instruction to blind bake it, and I'll be honest, y'all, me and my mom, we don't always blind bake our dough, pie dough, because you know some people, it's just like chicken. You know how some people like their chicken really, really dark and on the harder side, fried harder, and then some people don't. And those the same way. And I see people and folks comments, that dough is not done. It is done. It doesn't have to be brown and hard, y'all, to be done. Your pie shell. Some people like a tender crust. I'll put it that way. A tender crust. At the end of the day, it's still bread. Still just flour. Look at us, y'all. Look at us. See, this is about thin as I want to get. But I want to make sure it's even. Yeah, we are rolling dough with pecans in it. That's what was so scary. And I could see all the pockets of butter. So now, the age-old trick of putting it on the pan. If it will allow me. Put our pan underneath as close as we can. Now remember, this is not even a standard dough, y'all. Put this back on. See, it's trying to warm up on me, and then you got all that butter in it. You try from this side, and then my rolling pin is so heavy, I forget that. And this is not round. It would help if it actually rolled out round, but it didn't. The nuts are cutting through the dough. But we're gonna get this on this pan. Believe that. I wish I had my bench scraper. So I'm trying to tear on this end, so that's somewhat my fault because I should have stopped rolling it. So next time I'll know to leave it kind of thick. There we go, y'all. There she go. Thank you. Here we go, y'all. Look at God. Won't he do it? I heard y'all say yes, he will. I heard y'all say yes, he will. Y'all, this dough should be delicious. Remember, it has sugar in it and pecans. I love pecans. I love nuts. I don't even want candy without nuts in it. So there it is. I'm going to get I'm just making sure it's in the corners. Not pulling away from the corners too much. And then we're going to cut this. Let's cut it. Just trim it. We'll leave a little overhang to see if there's any form of a little decorative edge we can create. But I'm just cutting off the excess. Okay, and you lift up and press in against the edge to make sure your crust is not pulled away from the edge of the pan. That's what we're doing. Okay. And now, just for the sake of beauty, we'll put just a little. And I'm going to stick it back in the freezer for like 5 minutes. My freezer gets really cold. I'm going to stick it back in the freezer for like 5 minutes before I blind bake it. But, yeah, y'all, we did good. Let me get a hand clap. Hand clap. Okay, so we'll just go in. I don't know if y'all can see me, but I just don't want to. I don't even know why I'm bothering doing this, because it's not like it's a regular dough, but at least here it'll have an edge that is somewhat, that has some symmetry to it. Let me say it like that. Y'all remember, this is a cake pan instead of a pie pan, so the crust was going to droop either way. But my making an attempt to crimp this crust still gave it more of a decorative look than it would have had otherwise. Okay, y'all, so let me finish with this edge, and then I'm gonna show it to y'all after we get it out the freezer. This is how it looks thus far. Thank y'all for rooting me on. My family's gonna be so happy with dinner. All right, y'all, check this out. Our pie crust has been in the freezer. Now we're about to blind bake it. It is ice cold. It's been in my freezer. Y'all, we have a pecan pie shell. This is a first for me. And I could not help. It's such a wonderful crust. It seems it will be. I couldn't help but to make the miniatures out of the scraps. So I've had this in the freezer as well. I put the oven on 365. It maybe it's supposed to be higher. I don't know, but these appliances around here don't play. So I need to poke holes. I'm going to poke holes in this, y'all. I think I was supposed to do that before I froze it, but I forgot. But this shows how hard it is. And then, y'all, parchment paper is expensive. This comes from Dollar Tree, and I've been buying it for at least 3 years. So it's not very much in this roll. It's 20 square feet. But for the few times you need parchment paper, if you could go to Dollar Tree and buy a couple of rolls of this and keep it in your pantry. Now, of course, I don't have any pie weights. I can't do a can. Let me look for a weight. But anyway, these shells are going in the oven. When you see them again, they will be blind baked, honey. I'm going to put them in 365. I'm going to bump it up to 385. And I'm going to go from 15 to 20 minutes. Y'all see, I put the paper on it. And I'm about to put it in the oven just like this. I'm covering the edges. Remember, it's butter in this crust. A whole stick and a quarter. So you gotta watch for your edges too. And those, even though I've never made this crust before, this just things you know, because the crust always gets done the quickest, and this thing has a lot of butter in it, so I'm not gonna worry about putting anything. And I don't have any weights. I'm sure it's something I should be able to think of right off the top of my head. I'm looking at my butter dish. I'm scared to put anything else in the oven. Y'all, oh my God, y'all not gonna believe this. Are y'all ready? Why in the is this potato purple on the outside? But yellowish, regular potato looking on the inside. Y'all. I'm going to get more of these tomorrow so I can take them to my mom. The crazy part is, this is delicious. Thank God. Because my feelings are so hurt, like I'm devastated. All this I have done is in the name of this purple sweet potato. Even the jerk chicken. This was my inspiration. A purple sweet potato. That I find out it's just purple on the outside. But the killer is, that's why I eat, baby. Cooking is that serious, because the killer is, y'all, I did some research and I found out. I actually read something that said, and I'm about to wash my hands. This is really good. They said purple sweet potatoes are not always purple on the inside. And when I get in my bed tonight, I'm going to be steadily researching. It's like, okay, how do you determine what's the best way to pick out a purple sweet potato that's very likely purple on the inside as well as the outside? Who do you go to get the purple sweet potato that's also purple on the inside, not just the outside? Like, trust me, somebody know. Trust. That's why you got YouTube. That's why y'all got Google. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all better start research. I tell my kids, they're grown kids all the time. Did you ask Google? Did you look on YouTube? Especially my son. Oh, I would tell the girls, I'm always, did you Google that? Josiah, you need to look at a YouTube video. Somebody knows the answer to this. Now, besides that, I will say, y'all, this sweet potato is delicious. It does not taste like a regular orange sweet potato. It does not. How is it different? The actual inside is satiny. It is more satin. It has more of a satin texture on the tongue. And the sweetness is like a different kind of sweetness. It's not even like, you know, it's like something, when something is real. I forgot I even had this on my head, y'all. It's been chopped out the whole time. But this is like a special kind of sweetness. It's almost like, and I can really appreciate it because I like things that are balanced in sweetness. I do not like super sugary stuff. But this, it doesn't even taste like a sweet potato. It tastes like a different vegetable. Y'all, it was so challenging trying to explain in the midst of feeling bewildered with all of the unknown. But after much research, it is amazing how spot on I was with every single thing I said here. Everything I said was completely correct. somehow also characteristic of a Idaho potato, or maybe even a golden Yukon. It has, you know how golden Yukon is satiny in texture. That's why people like to put them in their bowls. That's the texture of this potato on the inside, y'all. And it's just, it has a delicious flavor. It does not have that unique sweet potato flavor. You know how sweet potatoes just taste like sweet potato. This does not taste like a sweet potato to me. Now, keep in mind, my palate is what it is, you know. But this tastes very different than sweet potato. But y'all, it's not purple on the inside. Now, this make me wish I had some purple food coloring. Because what this pie gonna look like when it's done? Light it off. Ooh, that lighting is so much more harsh. I think the last one was it. Show must go on though, folks. Show must go on. We about to bake this and see this shell ready to come out. Ooh. Here are the tartlet shells. But there it is, y'all. So we're gonna leave the oven on and make our filling. I'm really torn as to whether I should put food coloring in it, because I don't like food coloring. Aww. I really don't think I'm gonna put food coloring in it. That sucks. And I know people put whole bottles of red food coloring in their red velvet, but my red velvet always look more chocolate because I can't bring myself to do it. Can y'all? Do y'all do it?
Be sure to follow me in part 2 of this video if you'd like to see exactly how I did in fact make this purple sweet potato pie. Oh yes, we topped it with some whipped cream and some vanilla cinnamon sugar, and I can tell you in the next video, if you click here, you will get the full demonstration of not only how we made it, but also the rest of